Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, and we are going over the new update for the live branch for Rust, and it's called the Mixing Table Update, or better known as the August 2020 update. Now, don't fret, don't worry. If you're on PlayStation 4 and Xbox, we are still anxiously awaiting the Xbox PlayStation 4 Rust beta that's coming soon. We don't have any official word as of recording this, but just note that these live changes that come through on PC pertain to us as well. Is always going to be a full port. So whether we see it in the beta or the full release or both later on this year, 2020, these changes are coming for us either sooner or later. So we've got some cool stuff, and just so you know, if you're brand new to this, Rust updates every month, and they're always adding new things, changing things, balancing things, fixing exploits, bugs, all kinds of things. So we've got some really cool additions here, and we're riding off of the modular vehicles that were released last month, or they went into live branch, which is really cool. So this game just keeps getting better. Like, you think to yourself, man, can it get better? And it does. Like, just when you think it can't get any better, it totally does. Okay, so this one ushers in mixing tables in a buff system through the T's. Also has conditional corners over here. You can see them on the rooftop. And some additions. The mixing table as a part of that, deployable cover, and a new module for modular vehicles called the Armored Passenger module. I think that's right. I think I got them all. Okay, we're going to go over the berries and stuff here in a second, but let's look at the conditional corners. We have the conditional corners for conditional rooftop corners for the wood. Here, let me show what this looks like real quick. Just real quick. So when you normally place a rooftop, they look like this. But as the name implies, the conditional corners are just that. If we look on the outside here, it just goes one direction. We go ahead and select the next rooftop. So if I place it here in the corner, it will adjust itself into a conditional corner. The build community is going to love this. Our peers are also going to love this. Alright, so we're looking through the conditional corners. Wood, stone, metal, and armored up here. Pretty cool. You can see the deployable cover. We'll go over that here in a minute. And the mixing table. And you can see what the conditional corners look like from the outside. This is also, I think it was like 2 or 3 updates ago, we had conditional corners as well. You can see them. It's slick, man. I like it. I like it. Okay, real quick, the berries and such, we're going to go over the other pieces, but there are some additions as far as in the wild, in the world here. Well, these are being planted, but you'll see bushes like this, and you'll be able to pick things up like the cloth plants and corn and stuff like that, but you have the different berries, and you can also plant them like we are doing here, and they also have the genetic system attached to it. So we'll go over more of this later. Oh, look, there you go. Nice. Okay, so let's go over the main parts, and we'll touch base on this later if I can get everything in order. Yes. Okay, so let's go over the research cost of the new items and what they cost to craft. So we're going to go into this box here from left to right, and we're going to start at the bottom. Deployable cover, which is huge, 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 huge. A lot of people deploy the high external walls, which are very expensive. These are going to do the same thing, smaller, and they decay faster. And they're much more accessible to players. So this is very PvP based. So it's right there to research it. To the right is 20 scrap, and to craft it, we go over here, it's 250 wood, and they do stack. On to the next piece, which is the mixing table. That is the place where you do your buffs or mix the teas. And to research the mixing table, it's going to cost you 75 scrap. To craft the mixing table, it's going to be 100 stone, 200 metal fragments. As of recording this, again, these could be tweaked. And this is what it looks like. They do not stack. And the extra piece we have for the modular vehicles, the armored... Whoops, I'm sorry. Well, there is a change here, but the addition is the armored passenger vehicle module. To research it costs 125 scrap. To craft it takes a level 3 workbench, 225 metal fragments, and 10 high quality. Now, there is a subtle change here, and we'll go through it, but the... the armored cockpit module where you drive from now has an X and has like yellow trim on the side, so you know where to go in and drive the vehicle. So just a small tweak. We'll go over that in a little bit here, but let's go through the mixing table and the berry system. So if you're looking into the inventory here, we've got 6 new berries. We've got the blue, the yellow, the green, the white, the red, and the black berry. Now, again, we've got clone system. This is all hooked into the farming 2.0. We've got seeds. So yeah, they can grow in the wild, they can grow in your planters. But more importantly, these are the materials you use to mix on the mixing table. So if we go over to the mixing table, you just hit E. Oh wait, did we say when you purchase this, that's what I forgot. Sorry, backtracking just a little bit. This can be purchased at the farming vendor. I'm not sure if the farming vendor is located on a procedural map in the outpost or at the bandit camp. Either way, I believe it's dialogue-driven RPG style, like the helicopter vendor and the bandit camp, so be on the lookout for that. I'm sure you can find it in the wild too, but obviously if you're going to want to get a leg up on this, you're going to want to go find it in the vendor and purchase it for scrap as well. Okay, and I'm not really sure how much it costs to purchase yet. I just know how much the breakdown is because we're on a specialty map here. Okay, so going back to the mixing table, sorry that was a little bit out of order. There have been a lot of iterations to this so far, but we've got all kinds of different buffs going on here and different types of mixtures. Let me just do the basic. We'll touch base on this here in a minute because I know this was kind of a point of contention and this could still very well change, but we'll come back to that. The first one is a healing tea. If you place the 4 ingredients. By the way, when they first did these, there was no recipe layout here. We had to guess, and that was pretty crazy. And you could do more. You could do, if we had 4 on each, you would make 4 of those. And let's go ahead and see the tea here. It's going to add 30 plus healing. I believe this is a healing pot or like potion. Yep, it's just like a medical syringe, kind of that deal. Now, what you can do is once you mix them up, you can combine them to make it a more potent. So you can see here, Advanced Healing Tea takes 4 of the basic teas. I think these are basic, yes. And now that we've taken the basic tea, this should make an advanced tea. And I'm sure these icons will change. They've already changed a little bit here and there. Now this is an advanced healing tea, plus 45. And it works its way up, and then you can take 4 of the advanced teas to make a pure healing tea. And that tea looks like... Is it the pure? No, that's advanced. Max duration. There's one more that goes on top of that. Where are you? Now I threw them in one of these boxes. There it is, the pure healing tea. There we go. Max health plus 20 for a 5-minute duration. That's pretty cool. So when you drink these, you see you have a boost layer here. It also shows right there in the right column, lower right hand corner, it says boost active. And you can also see what those breakdowns are right here. So it's plus 20% max health for 5 minutes. That's cool. One of these did the healing, but you can see this is like a boost above and beyond, so definitely worth your time. Okay, so let's keep going. I don't want to make this terribly long. Okay, so we've got a basic ore tea that is yellow, blue, yellow, and blue. And again, it's using 4 slots, not 5. Mix those together, and you guessed it, you can get more ore when this buff is active. And they do stack multiple buffs, but you can't keep stacking one and the same. You have to craft it up. So look at this, 20% yield on ore for 30 minutes. What? So look, we do have our other boosts active. If I roll over this here, you can see our max health is active, and now we have the ore. So yeah, so you would basically get 120% of the ore you would normally would, if that makes sense. Or a 20% increase, yes. So yes, it's as cool as you think it is. Now let's go through the recipe list here. The advanced ore works in the same way. It just keeps boosting how much you do get. We've got the pure, and again that stacks. The ingredients for this is 4 basic teas, and for the pure, you have the same thing. Advanced, 4 advanced to make a pure ore tea. Anti-radiation does just that. We have red, red, green, green, and these stack into the purity levels. We have the basic wood tea. So increasing the amount of wood you get, red, blue, and again stacking into the purity layers. Basic scrap tea. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Just wrap your head around it. Plus 30% yield on scrap in addition to what you get. That adds up quick. So I drank that. You can see we have 3 boosts available: the scrap, the ore, and now the maximum health. Yes. So you can start to see already, you've seen us do, or you've seen me do specifically, how valuable farming is right now, especially with the trade-in for cloth. Has been for a while. You've heard me sing the praises of farming, but now there's even more incentive to do so with these buffs. I mean, this is going to increase your productivity big time. These are the basic healing teas, or I'm sorry, basic max health tea. That's what we drank. And then we've got the advanced all the way up to the pure. Now, these are semi-new. I'm not sure how these are going to work, and again, these could change. We've got the low-grade crafting here, so cloth and animal fat, and then we have the gunpowder. 10, what is this, 10 sulfur, 10 charcoal, and so on and so forth. Now, here's the other point of contention we had earlier. Before, we were able to mix fertilizer in low grade to make explosives in Rust, but I think they've changed it. Now, again, I don't know if this is a hiccup, a glitch, if this is where the admin assigned it, or if it's going to stay like this. If that's the case, this is the normal recipe for explosives, and you do have to know the explosives to craft this, but these are the normal ingredients you need. So, is this a way for us to circumvent using a tier 3 workbench? Maybe. Will this go back to the fertilizer thing until they have it balanced? Maybe. I don't know. But it's just interesting that we can mix those things over here. Or we can mix them here and then step away from the base and not worry about getting clapped and having a bunch of gunpowder you crafted on your person. So there's a lot of cool implications here for this mixing table. So we'll go into this in depth both on live stream, and we'll probably go over it again in a video later. And we'll show you in practice how good or bad these things are. It's going to be all good. Are you kidding me? So again, really nail down your farms, because whew, not only is the cloth valuable, but these are going to become your very best friend, and especially for combat as well. I mean, the maximum health is pretty crazy. And yes, you can genetically alter these as well. It's the same genetic system we have for cloth and other types of food. And if you didn't know, combat potatoes are a thing. They basically bring your people back up, or they help you regen or come back from a respawn much quicker. It's a solid combat food. Okay, so let's move on to the other piece here. We've got the armored cockpit module that now has, well, that means it's already been in there. This is the piece that was added, the armored passenger vehicle module. Now, this is cool for a lot of reasons, but they've added another piece to this that I think is really interesting. Alright, so if we're looking at this setup here, the passenger modules in the back, we've got the driving section and the engines. We have all the core components we need for a vehicle. If you step in the back, what's really cool is we've now have these dividers. So if you're taking somebody who's geared, you're coming out of a raid, and you've locked your vehicle with a key, like so, nobody can get into this vehicle unless they have a key. But if you have a VIP or whatever it is, you can literally armor yourself up, and they can just sit back here. And if you need them to, they can also fire from back here, over the driver's shoulder, off the side, and yes, people can shoot into these slats. We've tested it on official servers, and yeah, they can blow you away. So be careful. But this adds a lot of cool ways we can mess around with the vehicles. All right, so let me move these around a bit. So one of them could be, you can protect the engine, and again, this is the new module here. This way, if you ram into something, this engine's more protected, and if you have the locks, nobody can gank your car parts. The driver can be up here, but here's another great part. If the driver gets popped, you can just hit the switch seat button, which on PC is X. We don't know what it is for Xbox or PlayStation yet, but I can just switch seats if I need to. So if the driver's like, I'm down, you're like, cool, let me get out of here. Now, the car stays locked just like normal until it's knocked down to 15% or lower, and then people can enter the vehicle if they do not have a key. So a lot of really cool gameplay around the cars, just getting better and better. Let me show you another config real quick. I'm a fan of... Oh, wait, I didn't grab the other part. Hang on. I wanted to grab the other module. Do I have it? Is it here? Yes. Oops, can't make that jump. So now you've got the armored driving portion, and then the passenger portion in the back that's totally armored out. Now, these you can't close because you're the driver, but you can already see how beefy that is. Has a lot more HP, and it does require some more kick as far as engine power because it can get very slow if you're not careful. But check this out. So this is the visual change I was talking about. You now have an X on the module that is the steering portion. Pretty cool. You can also do a battle slug. The engine in the back, but check it out. So if you're in the passenger side, you still have these barriers up into the cabin of the driver. It's very useful because if you get stopped and somebody's out there, somebody could shoot into this front slat because you don't have the ability to close that. So having this divider is key if you want to protect something to the utmost. So there we go. Those are the changes coming into the mixing table update, or the August 2020 update to the PC Live branch. And again, soon for us on the full release and for the beta coming up soon enough. So yes, if you found this useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like, and if you are interested in the content, consider dropping a subscribe and turning on those notifications. And you should see us playing with these new changes on official servers to give you guys a good idea of what the official servers will bring us for the console beta for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. And I mean, we just love official, so. And another reminder, we will be maining this on console when it does hit full release, and we will also be playing the beta heavily whenever that hits. And man, fingers crossed, I hope we hear something soon, right? We're dying over here. So, alright, we'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye!